We'll start the session with a small prayer. Keep your head, neck, back erect. Gently close your eyes. Focus on everything that you feel right here and right now. The existence of your body, tall and nice, from the top to the bottom. Feel the movement in your body, a mild movement that signifies your breath. Be totally aware of your breath. Integrate your body and mind. When you try to fix these two, you eventually end up in peace. There is inner deep silence that pervades all throughout. Now is the right time to chant Omkara. We shall chant 3 Om. Gently adopt Namaskar Mudra. Clasp your hands and keep it at your heart center. Just listen to the shloka. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udirayet. Gently rub your both palms, generate heat, apply it onto your eyes, cheeks, front and back of your neck. And with a few blinks, you shall open your eyes. So, here comes the second chapter. Second chapter, as it is named as Sankhya Yoga. I've already given a small introduction of what the second chapter has to deal with, what the entire Gita has to deal with, and also what are all the characteristics a sadhaka, a spiritual aspirant has to hold in him, has to bear in him. So if you want to look at it, you can look at the previous video. Now we're going to directly move into the first shloka of Sankhya Yoga, chapter 2. Sanjaya Uvacha Tam tatha kripaya vishtam Ashrupurna kulekshanam Vishidantamidam vakyam Uvacha Madhusudanaha. Sanjaya Uvacha. Sanjaya speaks. Who is Sanjaya? The blessed minister who has this divine vision, who can see things through, who is helping the king to reiterate all the events that are happening in the war field, staying at the palace. Basically, a Wi-Fi camera setting. So Sanjaya is saying the king, after having spoken thus, Arjuna, who is filled with kripa. Kripa here, according to the literal meaning of the shloka, means brimmed with mercy and compassion in his heart. Why mercy? Why merciful? Why compassionate he is? Because we have already seen he is merciful because he is compassionate, because he is thinking that he is going to take the lives of someone else who is so near and dear, who has helped him out, who has been strong pillars in his life. His grandfather, his guru, his brothers' sons, basically all kith and kin. So that's the literal meaning. But we will further on see what kripa means. So Sanjaya is saying Arjuna is completely despondent and he is fully brimmed with compassion and mercy. Vishidantam idam vakyam. He is filled with sorrow also, and he is speaking thus. Vakyam uvacha Madhusudanaha. To such Arjuna, Madhusudana starts to speak. Who is Madhusudana? You will find n number of names of Lord Krishna, because Krishna has been given so many names because of his activities, because of his charm, because of his character, because of his qualities, because of his glories. Okay, so one of his glory is to kill a demon called Madhu. So he's called Madhusudana. So Madhusudana starts to speak. Now we have to understand why Vyasa, the greatest seer who wrote the Mahabharata, the epic in which Gita comes, has some words specifically written, because of some purpose. And we should see. In Hindi, in Sanskrit, we call it as Gudhartha. Not just the literal meaning, but the esoteric meaning behind the words. For example, we read between the lines and then we understand certain things. Yes? So that's what we're going to do. Kripaya Vishtam. Here the word kripa comes. Kripa, my dearies, is not just compassion and being merciful, but also means divine grace. Now, Vyasa is putting a good platform. See, this particular person, Arjuna, is being blessed by divine grace. Hence, the celestial waters of Gita is going to downpour upon us. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been, you and me getting depressed about life situations. No God comes and talks to us. It is Arjuna. Why so? Because Arjuna is a befitting person. In the previous video also I've mentioned, in many episodes, in many ghatta of Mahabharata, in many chapters of Mahabharata, Krishna himself says that Arjuna and him are inseparable. They are two bodies and one soul. We call them as twin souls, right? So I see this to be human consciousness and divine consciousness. When human consciousness escalates itself up, it becomes divine. So Krishna and Arjuna is this divine consciousness and human consciousness. So if this human, this particular man, has to escalate him towards divinity, the first and foremost thing that is needed, that is required, is kripa, divine grace. How is that we earn this kripa? How is that we earn this divine grace? Upanishad at one particular point speaks Yamaivesha vrunute tena labhyaha. It is this Atman, it is this divinity that chooses the individualized soul and then blesses it. Only chosen ones are blessed. Oh, which means even the divine is partial? No. Every individual soul has a capability, right? If we equip ourselves up well, then you're chosen. If we still blind ourselves, keep ourselves in this curtain of ignorance, and then keep on saying, I'm blind, I can't see anything. You just have to get up and then, shift that curtain open, right? For example, I see many kids going to the school on their first day. After 3-4 years of full freedom at home, they go to the school getting admitted. On the first day, the teacher, who is completely a stranger, who looks serious also, tries to grab this child inside. Yeah. The child is screaming and yelling, oh my God, mother, how can you be unkind, cruel? Why are you leaving me here? All those big drama happens. The child is crying. The child is feeling like his heart is taken away. Everybody had this day. But the mother knows. The mother just waves goodbye and then smiles back. I'm coming back. Don't worry. I'm coming back. She knows the truth. And she's eventually going to, like Tudor, Iona, the first day of Tudor's school. But Iona knows. I'll be there. Don't worry. I'll be around. I'm here early.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Only the human will wail, weep, cry, scream, yell. Why is this distress? Why is this suffering? Why you are putting me into things like this? Oh God, you're so unkind and cruel. But God knows, my God, you do not know the truth. I know the truth. You're not this body, my dear. You're not this name and form. Yeah. She knows the child has to be at school for 3-4 hours. 3-4 hours, the role of a student that the child has to play is very, very temporal. And the child will be there with her, as the mother, with the mother. The all 23 hours, and that's real. So, that's the difference between Krishna and Arjuna. That's the difference between us and the one whose awareness is very firm. We call him as Sthita Prajna. We'll come in the second chapter. We'll know about the characteristics of a Sthita Prajna, of a Rishi, of a seer. When we identify ourselves in the body, when we identify ourselves in the mind, we ourselves create these clutches. Oh my God, I have to do this. I'm not worthy enough. I have to gain this. I have to accomplish this. This is ugly. That is bad. She is worse. This is not right. All these sufferings and wailings occur only with the bodily and mental identification. Hence, Vedanta says, obtaining this Vedantic wisdom and living with it is the only solution. Who is being blessed? One who has this jignasa in him. What is jignasa? Firm desire, firm wanting to know what is beyond. What is beyond this life? As simple as that. Is there anything beyond this life? Or am I supposed to live this life only like how I'm living, I'm taught to live all these years. Is this my real purpose? Or is there something else? So, Kripa, divine grace, is bestowed upon Arjuna because Arjuna now knows that he has two roads before his eyes. Literally, he does not know which one to choose, which one to tread upon. And he knew the right tool to, to make a choice, to make a safe choice. And that was surrender, right? So he surrendered to Lord. Hence, Kripa. Hence, there is divine grace. What are we doing? No, we don't surrender. We still have plan A. If plan A does not work, we have plan B. If plan B does not work, we have plan Z, plan Z. We still have the firm feeling that we are going to make things right. I'm not being pessimistic in my approach, just that understand when you surrender. Again, the word surrender, I have to clarify this. The word surrender is not sacrificing. The word surrender means to surrender your ego. That I do. It is my family, my asset, my things. How am I going to replenish my work? How am I going to equip myself, my intelligence, all those things. Thousands and thousands of people, thousands and thousands of men, highly expert, illustrious in their work, are done with their life, and no one even is bothered about their life. How did they live? What is the eventual purpose? The purpose here, according to Gita, according to Vedanta, is to realize that we are all immortal. My God, we are immortal? Man is mortal, right? Man has to die. We are all immortal is the first lesson. When we find ourselves in the body and the mind, mortality is there. We will die. But when we understand ourselves as the pure existence, Satchit Ananda, pure existence, pure consciousness, pure bliss, unmixed with worldly affairs, then there is Kripa, there is divine grace. That's what Arjuna has got. Tam tata kripaya vishtam. At one particular kripa needs, that one particular word kripa needs this much explanation. Only those who are firmly in the awareness of self, separating themselves from the existence of non-self. This is not me. Na iti, na iti. I remember Aurelia saying neti, neti. Neti, neti is the tagline of Upanishads. This is not me. This is not me. What is not me? Lalita is not me. Teacher is not me. Woman is not me. Mother is not me. Then who is me? Ask yourself. This direct approach. We'll come there. Or how to do the direct approach and how to do the indirect approach to understand who is me. We'll come there. So, Kripaya Vishtam. He, with the blessed divine grace, is his heart is fully filled with sorrow. And Madhusudana starts to speak. The destroyer of enemies starts to speak. Who? Krishna. Why here the word Madhusudana? Madhu also means honey. Madhu also means a junkie, an addict. Okay. How are we? We're all addicts, addicted to attachments, addicted to self-identification. Now, Krishna is going to destroy our addictions to attachments, addictions to bodily identity, you know. So, hence the word Madhusudana. It is just an interpretation of the word Madhusudana, but Madhusudana means Madhu was an asura, was a demon, and Krishna killed that demon. You can also take in such a manner that he who vanquishes the inner enemies is Krishna. What are the inner enemies? We have seen in the yoga instructor course. If you've done instructor course with me. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya are the 6 inner enemies. Anger, lust, delusion, arrogance, inadvertence, jealousy are the 6 enemies. So Krishna is going to kill our enemies here with his elixir words of wisdom. Vishame samupastitam. There is another word that comes here as Vishame samupastitam. No. Vishidantam. Vishidantam means he is sorrowful, suffering. Suffering occurs at the moment where we attach ourselves to the body. Suffering starts to occur the moment when we attach ourselves to the mind. So, Arjuna is identifying himself as an incapable warrior who cannot fight against his own kith and kin, who thinks that he would be the greatest sinner if I'm going to do. Hence Vishidanta. Hence he is sorrowful. Now I want to mention here how we are all suffering just by not understanding what is the right thing, what is righteousness. I'll give you my life example. So I'm a teacher in an institution, and I was supposed to do this exam duty, invigilation duties. There comes a girl without her admit card. The rules says, the controller of the examination says, that she or he should not be permitted into the examination hall without the admit card. Yeah. If she is, if she fails to, she has to submit the fee or make another, create another slip, and then she gets in. So this is the general rule. By following rules, what are we making? What serious mistake we are making? I could see that particular day. That particular girl who couldn't enter into examination hall tried searching because her hand was broken, and I teach the athletes also. They are physical education. They are of the background of physical education, and they play. They have different sports activities. So she got an injury in playing table tennis, and her hand was broken. Her scribe was running at lengths and breadths to find her admit card. And she should wait for 30 minutes outside the hall, just for the point that she couldn't find a small piece of paper. Now, frankly speaking, we know what is right. If it is rules, then we can be malleable with the rules. And what is more appropriate, we can do. But when you are the controller of the examination, will you follow the rules? Will you let the girl go? No. That is exactly Arjuna is feeling. Should I fight? Should I walk away? These conflicts arise in the day-to-day life. What should be done? The simple answer Vedanta gives, get detached, cast away yourself from bodily identification. Cast away yourself from your mental modifications. Identify with your real self. That most powerful, that consciousness, that greater goodness, that blissful awareness. And then decide. What will you do? You will allow the girl. It's already 30 minutes. Yeah. It's so simple. But when we identify ourselves as invigilator, when we identify ourselves controller of examination, we will make her wait. And there we are doing the terrible sin, and hence we will be suffering. So, in terms of sin, can you just list how many sins we would have done unknowingly, knowingly, just by identifying ourselves in body and mind? That is where Krishna is saying, wake up! The second shloka. He's giving a clarion call. He's calling Arjuna because Arjuna is sleeping. He's feeble. He's lethargic. He's so into his body, so into his relationships. So he's just, shaking him off. No? 2.2. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Kutastva Kashmalamidam. Kutasva Kashmalamidam. Vishame Samupasthitam. Vishame Samupasthitam. Anarya Jushtamaswargyam. Anarya Jushtamaswargyam. Akirtikaram Arjuna. Akirtikaram Arjuna. It's a flow. No? If someone is wailing, oh my God, that boyfriend didn't accept me. That girlfriend didn't take my love letter. So what do we do, the 16-year-olds? Come, get up. This is not your life. Is your life ended with this? You will find multiple of these fellows. Get up. Come on. No? That kind of blow Krishna is giving to Arjuna. Because he is wailing because of attachment, wailing because of his own worry. Kutastva kashmalamidam. From where this had come on to you? Have you been ghosted? Are you being haunted by some ghost? What kind of haunting had done over your head? Kashmalam. What kind of inadvertence? What kind of inattentive, improper behavior? Visham. Vishame samupastitam. You are in the Vishama. You are in the state of indecisiveness. And you are standing there. How can you? This is why, because Krishna is a bit angry also. Because Krishna sees Arjuna as his twin soul. And Krishna is the fiercest warrior. although he has 108 wives, yeah, 108 queens. And 108 queens have how many kids? He has a huge family, a nation as his family. Huh? He has no attachments with any. The entire Yadava king, the entire Yadava clan, because of some curse, had to kill one another and then die in a battlefield. Krishna remains unaffected. So he sees Arjuna wailing for his relatives, wailing and crying feebly, like a weakling. So he gets a bit unaccepted, So he's saying, how is this possible? Anarya Jushtam. You are not an Arya. I have to tell what is Arya. Uli's eyes are bright now. Oh, Aryan clan. Let me just see. What is it? You are not an Arya. Aswargyam. You will definitely not gain supreme worlds even after your death. Akirtikaram Arjuna. Oh Arjuna, you're doing such an act. By leaving this warfield, you're going to do such an act which is going to create total infame, total a black mar on your name, as a soldier. It is going to be severely inglorious if you're going to leave this battlefield, leave this warfield. Now, we have to go into the esoteric meaning of every word. That's more important. Superficially, we'll feel just, Krishna is also angry like me. I can also get angry. The word Vishama in Sanskrit means a state which is completely unpleasant, which is poisonous, which is deafening. Attachment towards body is signified as poison here. Vishama. And yoga is signified as Shama. What is Shama? Direct control over your mind. So you have to lead your life from Vishama, from deafening, poison, to poisonous state of sticking with all the attachments, towards gaining mastery over your mind. That is Shama. That is life. That is yoga. Krishna is pinpointing Arjuna. Look, where are you standing? Samupastitam. You are standing, rooting yourself very well in the miserable, poisonous attachments. Can you see that? He's pointing, he's pinpointing. And what are we supposed to do? As warriors, as great Aryans. What is Arya? The word Arya in Sanskrit, the literal meaning is noble ones. We should find who are noble, not the ones who comes under Hitler's genetic compositions or the ones who live in the northern hemispheres of the Himalayan range, of northern India. No. There's no Aryan Dravidian civilization. It's all, I shouldn't be speaking in a platform like this, but it's all crap. Complete crap. Arya, the noble one, is the one who leads an exemplary life where there is no death, there is no poison, but Shama, there is yoga. He who could move himself away from physical attachments, away from mental attractions, is Arya. Many a times Sita calls Rama as Arya. Hey Arya. Not that he belongs to the race, because he is an exemplar. The other epic, Ramayana, I'm talking about. I want to quote Shankaracharya, a Sanskrit scholar, also a Vedantin, propounder of Advaita Vedanta, who gives this beautiful definition of what is noble, what has to be achieved, what in life, and what not. This comes in Viveka Chudamani, a great expertise. The next, perhaps after finishing in some 6-7 years of Bhagavad Gita, we can have some expositions on Viveka Chudamani too. Okay, so this is Viveka Chudamani. I'm quoting here. Anatma chintanam tyaktva kashmalam dukkha karanam chintayatmanam rupam yanmukti karanam. I'm going to state the meaning. Anatma chintanam. What is kashmala? What is sorrow? What is being sorrowful? Being sorrowful, being completely out of awareness, that is kashmala, inadvertence. Dukkha karanam, that is the cause of sorrow. What is it? Anatma chintanam. Thinking about non-self. What are we doing the entire 24 hours? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? This is me. This I have to achieve within 3 months. Why this fellow is after my life? All these attractions, attachments, constant identification with our body and mind is anatma chintanam. Constantly thinking about what we are not. And crying, wailing like that child. He is just going to spend 3 hours in that school. But he is feeling like, oh my God, this is deafening. This is the end of my life. Yeah. Anatma chintanam dukkha karan. Chintayatmanamananda rupam yan mukti karanam. That which could escalate your spiritual progress, that will make yourself free from all bondages, is to stay with that consciousness. Close your eyes, all of you. Close your eyes. Keep your back head straight. This one moment, take a thread of your consciousness, one particular thread of your consciousness, and pull it straight towards the middle of your heart, the core essence of your heart. What is there? Do you see your face? Do you see people there? Do you see your body? It is just consciousness blazing like fire. For moments, you're completely cut off from the attachments, and you're one with that self, that blissful awareness. Thread that. Keep that thread in your hand. And gently, with a few blinks, open your eyes. With that thread in your hand, you do all your duties. You be a teacher. You be the controller of examination. You be a woman. You be a mother. With that thread in your hand, there is no sorrow. Your actions will be perfect. Your decisions will be perfect. And that is Shama. That is life. That is yoga. Swami Vivekananda says, fearing is death and bliss is life. We are fearing, right? We are God-fearing. We are sin-fearing. We are fearing whether we will fail. All sorts of fears occur anatma chintana, because of anatma chintana. Constant non-self getting haunted inside. When you pick that thread, move towards straight to the core self, then there arises wisdom, there is light, and there is no problem. He who does that is an Arya. Yeah. But somehow the most misunderstood concept is Arya. Rig Veda, the oldest sacred text, talks about this Arya 36 times. How an Arya should be. How an Arya portrays himself. No? Or herself. No? It is not male chauvinistic. No? There's no sexism there. So, one who engages in that Brahma Tattva, one who engages himself, herself in that consciousness, pure consciousness, is an Arya. Krishna is pointing him, you are doing an Anarya thing, un-Arya thing, ignoble thing, by not fighting. You are making that girl cry for 30 minutes outside the examination hall. You're just following rules. You're not seeing the greater good, my dear. Yeah. You are doing an un-Arya thing, ignoble thing. It is not going to give any kind of glory. You think that you're going to do the best thing. You're going to follow the rules and you're going to be blessed. You're going to get a beautiful, post or a portal in the Swarga, in the heaven. No. Or is it going to be illustriously praised by people in this world? No, nobody is going to praise you. If you're going to fight against this evil king, protect the entire kingdom, billions and billions of people who is looking up upon you, protecting their life, and fight even your guru, even your grandfather, grandsire. There is illustration. There is an example created. There comes an Arya out. Yeah, that is what he is pointing. I think I took more of my time. Sorry. Any questions? I had to finish one more shloka. As usual, I am falling behind. I'm very, very sorry. I couldn't give further exposition on direct and indirect method. That will come in the next shloka. We are going to see that in the next video.